What is up? You hear it, people. You know what time it is. You know, you can feel the excitement is in the air. We are just a few days from the first weekend of college football. Do you feel it in your body? Can you feel it tingling all over you? I feel it. I feel it deep in my body. I feel it all over me. I can feel it. This music gets me fired up. So tonight, you know, I'm gonna give you my college football playoff picks. I want you guys as well. Call, comment, make a prediction. We're gonna talk about some of the quarterback battles that were decided over the weekend and early this week. OBJ got his money. We're gonna talk about that. So much more on this show today. Heisman candidates, but it's football season, people. It's football season. It's finally here. So let's get to it, man. You know how we do it. You know what you're watching. You're watching the hottest sports podcast in the South. You're watching the best damn sports podcast, period. You know what it is. Hey, I'm in here. What is up? What is up, man? What is up? What is up? Looking forward to a hell of a show today. Hey, man, we are a few days away. College football season is here, man. We are here. Football is back. Got some pretty good games this weekend. I ain't gonna say it was a great slate like last year, but we got some good ones to sink your teeth into this weekend and all into Labor Day. Again, I want you guys' predictions, Final Four picks as well. I got a poll question up at the bottom. Which conference will be left out? Which Power 5 conference will be left out of the playoffs? A for ACC, B for Big Ten, C for SEC, D for Pac-12, E is for Big 12, and then F if you think more than one. Just like last year, we had more than one. We had two from the same conference to get in. The number is down at the bottom of the screen as well. If you need help, right-hand corner, left-hand corner, I'm sorry, you can see the schedules of some of the teams. So that may help you in your decision process as well. So, hey, we here, man. You know what it is. Sentell, man. It's the hottest sports podcast in the South. I am the sensational Sentell Wideman. So I'm in here. And I'm going to start off with, giving my picks. But I want to open up lines fast. I want comments. I want all that. I want it all, man. This is a time talking season, but we also got games now. So if you talked a lot of stuff during the summer, it's time to back it up now. You got to go out there, team. You got to go out there and back it up. So let's get to it, man. I ain't going to, without further ado, I'm going to get into my Final Four picks. On the preview shows last week, I had Clemson over Georgia Tech on the ACC. I had Big Ten. I had Wisconsin over Michigan State. Pac-12, I had Washington over Arizona. Big 12, I had West Virginia. Did I leave somebody out? And the SEC, I had Alabama over Florida. So those were my conference picks. I'm gonna stick with them. It's a couple teams that I really, really want to change, but I'm not. I'm a man of conviction, so I'm gonna stick with these picks that I have. So I'm not gonna change these picks. I'm gonna stick with them. Here's my Final Four picks. Clemson. I mean, what can you say? When you return 4 defensive linemen, 4 of those guys, all of them first round guys, 2 of them probably go in the top 10, 1 may go in the top 5. So I mean, they just loaded offensively. Returning Kelly Bryant, who despite some various reports, rumors of his demise have been greatly exaggerated. He is still the quarterback. So I got Clemson, Alabama. Lost a lot on defense, but I don't see the schedule being as tough. So I think they can manage their way to get through the schedule. Longest Tua Tagovailoa starts, Jalen Hurts is just god awful. It just got awful. But Nick Saban has not yet announced a quarterback, so I mean he's going to be core with this. I guess he's going to take this to the witching hour, I see, and make this some kind of spectacle. So he's not starting on a quarterback. But I got Bama. Wisconsin. I have Wisconsin in my Final Four. I think this is the year they break through. Because I have them playing Michigan State. You know, typically the Ohio State matchup just doesn't seem to favor them at all. But I think a Michigan State matchup, and boy, I'll tell you, it's hard for me. I want to put Michigan so bad, but this schedule, I think Michigan's gonna be really good. But this schedule is so brutal. I can't pick them. I had every intention of picking Michigan coming into this thing, but the schedule is just absolutely brutal. It's brutal. So I have Wisconsin, and I have Washington representing the Pac-12. And then I always give a wild card team, you know, another team that you can fall back on in case one of your four doesn't do well, and that's West Virginia. You know, I am super high on West Virginia, even though I don't think they can defend enough to cause damage, but I did pick them to win the Big 12. I just like the offense, Will Greer and the Seals kid, and they got some other receivers as well, so they just going to put up a bunch of points. I just don't know if they'll be able to stop anybody. But those are my four, my wild card. I want to hear your guys' pick. Now, call in and give me your picks. Comment however you want to get those picks in to me. I want those picks. I don't want them after the season starts. I want them before the season starts. I don't want them after the season starts. So, first, my man Edward Cooper gets in here. He has Clemson, Alabama, Wisconsin, and Georgia, with Auburn being his wild card team. He says he thinks Clemson would take it. They're going to have a high-powered offense, a lot of weapons, quarterback, running back, wideouts. O-line is going to be good too. Defense, we all know. The linebackers are going to be great, really deep and skilled. The weakness is the DBs. I agree with that. I think, you know, the back, you know, back end going to be tested a little bit. Some guys lost, so that would be interesting take. So those are his picks. So I got one to give me a Final Four prediction. So, hey, you out there, call, comment. I need those playoff picks now before the season starts. They are invalid after Thursday. They are invalid. Don't call me next week saying I had such and such, because I don't want to hear it. I need those now. It's invalid if you call me after the fact. It's invalid. It just is. That's just the way it go. I mean, I refuse. I won't hear of it. I will not hear of it. I will not hear of it. Again, lines are open. You want to call in with your picks? You want to comment with your picks? You can do that. Free open lines. I'm going to move on to these quarterback battles and talk a little bit about some of the quarterbacks that were picked this week. Also, when you're making your Final Four picks, let me throw out this to you, that an ACC and an SEC team has made it each year. So there you go. 4 years of the playoffs, the ACC and the SEC team have been represented, have been in there. So there you go. That's 2 of your 4 right there, because you know history has told you that 2 of the 4 teams are going to be from the ACC. So there you go. Let's move on to some of these quarterback battles that were decided over the weekend and throughout fall camp that were named. At Clemson, Kelly Bryant gets the nod. I don't understand why this was even a thing, but you know, and I've heard that through the grapevine there are some Clemson fans that are booing this decision. Clemson fan, I told you early in the summer to calm your tits. I told you early in the summer to calm your tits. Now this is getting ridiculous. How in what world do we boo a quarterback who wins 12 games in his first year as a starter? He basically lost one game lost one game which he started and finished. I've never seen anything like this. This fan base is becoming spoiled, and with that coming obnoxious and arrogant, and turning some assholes. Because if you out there booing, Kelly Bryant being the starter, I I want to hear I want to hear from you guys. Call in. I want to hear from Clemson fans because I'm trying to figure out. I got 2 questions for you guys. Number one, what has Kelly Bryant done to lose his job? And number 2, what has Trevor Lawrence done to win this job? I mean, that's 2 simple questions I need answering because I don't understand where this is coming from. Where is this coming? I've never seen this. If this guy had went 6-6 and 7-5, I mean, you got me. I can understand this urge to want to go to the freshman. But this guy went 12-2 and took you to the playoffs again. So, Clemson fan, I need you to answer that question for me. I need to know. I need to know what has Kelly Bryant done to lose his job, performance-wise. I mean, because what has he done to lose his job between now and between then and now? And what has Trevor Lawrence done to prove he deserves this job? What I mean, I need to know. I need answers, man. I mean, Kelly threw for 2,800 yards last year. Not huge numbers, but he was responsible for 24 TDs. He also rushed for another 665 yards and ran for 11 TDs. I mean, I don't think we need to beat this drum anymore. You know, Florida State is going with DeAndre Francois. Got a phone call already. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Marcus Banks, man. I'm calling from Duncan.
What's up, man? What's going on with it, bro?
Man, this is my first time being able to check the show out on YouTube. I like the power graphics you got on the screen.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. You know, I'm always trying to improve. I'm trying to get like you. But go ahead with your comment or your question.
But my Final Four pick is of course Clemson, Alabama. I'm gonna go with Michigan, man, because I think it's something with that Shea guy, that Shea Patterson guy.
I like him too.
And number 4, I think Oklahoma's gonna sneak in now.
Going sooner, even without Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray getting the start.
Yeah, they lost a little bit, but they also gained the same type quarterback.
We're gonna see about that. Can he throw it as well as Baker? I'm not sure.
Right. Of course, you know he's a first nature baseball player, so the accuracy should be there. The arm strength should be there.
I feel you. You get a wild card pick. I give you a wild card because that way, if some of your picks fall flat on their face, you get to say yourself.
I'll go with Georgia.
He's going UGA buying the Uga hype.
Running back, I expect a big year out of Hartman this year.
Yeah, Miko. Yeah, absolutely. He's tremendous. He was spectacular in that championship game.
Right. Swift, I think this is gonna be a big year. Now he ain't got to split carries. This will be a big year for him, I believe.
Okay, I feel you. I'm with you. Anything else? I feel you.
Let's get on this Kelly Bryant topic.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. Get on it, man. I need answers.
I'm with you 100%. You know, he only lost one game that he finished.
Absolutely.
And I understand, you know, the big uproar about what his name, Trevor
Sunshine Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. I understand they say he's the next coming to Deshaun Watson. You know, the college level and the high school level is 2 different levels. Yeah, he got the arm strength. He looked good.
He looks good in Charles and Shim.
But I believe Kelly showed who he really was when they played Auburn. When that was the second game of the year.
Yeah, it was definitely early. Second game because they played like Kent State the first game.
Right, and that was one of the top ranked defenses last year.
Absolutely, turned out to be one of the better defenses in the country.
So you mean to tell me you want to throw Trevor Lawrence in a fire like that? Who we been playing, the scout team?
Hey man, a lot of people went out after the spring game and just started going nuts, and I'm like, I'm gonna need you to calm your tits, man. I told Cliff, I need you to calm your tits, man. It's a spring game, bro. I mean,
DeMarcus Lawrence now wasn't coming in there on it. Dexter Lawrence now.
Absolutely. You're not going to hit the quarterback in a spring game. So, I mean, you know the threat of not getting hit is there. It's very basic. It's very vanilla. Most of the time they put plays in to give a certain look to a quarterback to make him look better. They want to give him a certain look to make him look good. So, they just went overboard.
Entertainment, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody want to go to a spring game when there's a defensive shutout.
Nobody.
Well, I'm with you. I just don't see no signs of. Now, I do believe it's a short hook for Kelly this year.
Oh yeah, he can't go out and stank it up because it will be the rabbit ear will be out. People will be out with the pitchforks and torches because they know what they think they have behind him. So but he's cool as a cucumber, man. It was a lot of pressure on him last year. I mean, he was placing one of the greatest quarterbacks in Clemson history, but not only Clemson history, but in the NCAA history. So. I just see the cool, calm demeanor in him. I like how he handles himself in front of the media. You know, he says, "I only worry about me. I can control what I can control. I don't worry about the noise. I'm gonna do what I do." I like that.
Injury could also play a factor in their decision, also.
Absolutely, and I think they will run Kelly more, knowing that they have a quarterback behind him who's they think is capable. So I think he will run a whole lot more than he did last year.
Okay, and I want to stay on Kelly Bryant, but I want to change topic.
Go ahead, take your time.
As far as him being an NFL prospect, what do you see out there?
You know, I said it's a wait and see thing. I saw some good things early last year for his anticipation going through the progression early on, and then as the season kind of went, you can kind of see he started losing that confidence and making certain throws. Seam routes, the underneath stuff, the timing stuff is what he got to work on more than likely. But again, I want to be in wait and see mode. You know, I don't see a lot of gurus having him as a quarterback prospect right now. I haven't seen any McShays or Kuipers of the world have him. A lot of people project him as a receiver at the next level. So, and there was a rumor out that even the Clemson staff asked him to move the receiver during the spring. I don't know how true that is. There's some sources. I don't know how true that is. But I got to see more. I mean, he has some God-given ability, but as you know, the NFL, man, it's a different level. Like, you can look really good at the college level, but it's certain things you got to be able to do in the NFL because the windows will get so small. You got to be able to throw it into anticipation on time. That ball got to come out. You can't have a hitch in your step. I like his delivery is good. I don't think he has a poor mechanics, but we shall see. I don't think they're very high right now, but you know, a big season could change that.
So he basically may be going in the Terrell Pryor aspect. They might try him out on the next level at quarterback.
I could see him as a Braxton Miller, as Terrell Pryor. I could definitely see that. I'm not around the kid, so I don't know his desire to be a quarterback. Like, you see Lamar Jackson tell you from the start, like, I am a quarterback. I haven't heard Kelly really just kind of like, I am a quarterback, I'm not going to move. I haven't heard that kind of noise, so I don't know how he views himself. But we shall see. I mean, you know, if he come out and have a season like that, he got to throw for more yards. He got to have more consistency in the passing game, and that would tell me a whole lot more. But if he do the same thing, his draft status will probably not be as a quarterback.
Okay, last but not least, before I get out the line.
Go ahead.
Gamecocks or Gators will finish high in that competition.
Boy, I went back and forth all last week. I don't know if you watched the show, but I just went back and forth, and I tuggled, and it was. I looked at it and I said, man, and I wasn't being biased. I was completely being objective to it. I went Florida because South Carolina actually plays Florida in Gainesville, and that was the edge that I gave. Because I think Carolina's a 9-10 win team. And they got the schedule set up really nice for them. They got a bunch of home games. The only tough road games at Ole Miss, which will be tough. But the key to that schedule is going to be Kentucky. If they beat Kentucky, that would prepare them, I think, all the way to the SEC championship. That's the key game for me. They got to beat Kentucky. But I did pick Florida to finish ahead of them. But I think you can flip a coin.
History shows that the Gamecocks never beat Kentucky when they're good.
Well, if they want to get, if they want to get the way they ultimately want to go, they have to. I mean, they absolutely have to beat Kentucky this year.
I know I said that was the last thing, but have you looked into kid from McCormick that's playing at Duke, Durant?
I haven't had a chance to really get much time to look at him, but I'm sure if the season starts, I haven't heard anything for his practice report. I maybe need to check that out because I almost forgot that they did have a kid, which is outstanding that he went to Duke. So, very proud of that young man. I mean, you go to Duke. I mean, you know, forget the football aspect of it. You went to Duke, so you can do a lot of other things once you get that degree. So, I need to check him out a little bit more. But if you get some information on, you can surely pass it along to me.
All right, then, man.
All right, appreciate the call, man. Yeah, so that was DeMarcus. He kind of in the same boat with me, wondering. I mean, what is going on with this Trevor Lawrence situation? I mean, kid looks great, man. He looks like he has all the tools, man. All the tools. He's big, he's strong, he can make all the throws. It's just like guys, sunshine, man. But he didn't play really great competition in Georgia. So we gotta see, man. I just don't see. There's nothing that Kelly did to lose his job. There's nothing. So as of right now, to me, it's a dead issue because, again, Kelly has done nothing to lose his job. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So we left off at DeAndre Francois gets the nod at Florida State. He was injured the first game of the season last year in the Alabama game, so he missed the whole season. But the season before, he threw for 3,300 yards, 20 TDs, but only completed about 58% of his passes. Now, Willie Taggart comes over from Oregon, likes to run a run-heavy type spread. Francois is not known as a runner. He only had about 200 yards rushing 2 years ago. So it'll be interesting to see how he fits into this system. Can Florida State find an offensive line to protect him? And can they find some receivers for him to throw the ball to? That was my biggest questions for FSU heading into the season. Can he find some receivers, some offensive line help? And how will DeAndre fit into this Willie Taggart run type spread offense? Because he's not known as a runner, but he did win the job. At Florida, they will go back to Felipe Franks. Dan Mullen made that decision. Had a lousy year last year. Only 9 TDs, 8 picks. Only completed about 54% of his passes. So, you want to see progression in year 2. I think this was the right decision. He's more athletic, given that Dan Mullen wants to. Similar to Willie Taggart, wants to be an up-tempo, wants to be a run-heavy type spread. He's a big kid. Maybe not as athletic as you would like him to be in the system, but he can move a lot better than the option that you have behind him. So I think that's why he ultimately won the job. I think that was the right decision. At Nebraska, Scott Frost goes with Adrian Martinez, a true freshman. He was the 139th overall commit, 7th nationally ranked dual threat quarterback. Again, one of these new coaches with these spread offenses, up-tempo offenses, which Scott Frost is going to have his hands full trying to get Nebraska back to the glory days, which haven't been around in a long, long time. So it'll be interesting to see Mr. Martinez. At USC, JT Daniels, the highly recruited kid that chose USC, he reclassified. And even when he reclassified to join this class, he was still the number 16th overall prospect and the number 2 pro-style quarterback. As I mentioned before, Tennessee and Alabama have yet to name a quarterback. So those are some of your quarterback battles. If you have any others that I may have missed, call in or comment with those as well. Also, poll question: which Power 5 conference will be left out of the playoffs this year? We got an A, B, C, and D, and an E, and also F if you think there'll be more than one, just similar to last year when we had two conferences get left out last year. So phone lines are open. We're talking college football, man. We're talking college football. So get your playoff picks in. If you want to call in, talk about some of your teams, what you think they're going to do, what your predictions are, concerns, comments, all of that good stuff. You know what it is. Sentell right here on YouTube. Let's look at some of the games. We got some interesting matchups this week, because we got games this week. And I'll be back Thursday to make predictions on these games. You know how we do. We have a Thursday show, kind of 7 o'clock, kind of leading into these games, making predictions and all of that, breaking them down. I put notable games. I put Florida Atlantic at Oklahoma. I think this is more intriguing matchup than people may think. Even though Oklahoma's a 21 point favorite, you know, I may venture to go ahead and say take those 21 points if you're Florida Atlantic. I mean, they were 11-3 last year under Lane Kiffin. So he's found something. I mean, you can almost call it last chance you, because he got a lot of guys from those Netflix specials. So I think it's a very, very intriguing game. I mean, Kyler Murphy's first start for Oklahoma. No more Baker Mayfield. And an upstart Florida Atlantic team comes in on an early kickoff, a noon kick, 11 Central Time. So, hey, watch out, Sooners. I'll pick that game Thursday. The big one of the weekend for me is Washington and Auburn, a top 10 matchup. I have Washington in my Final Four. A lot of people have Washington in their Final Four. I have seen people have Auburn as well in their Final Four. And Auburn is the favorite. 1.5 point favorite right now, which is basically a pick'em game, you know, at this very moment. Jarrett Stidham, second year in the system with Auburn. Jake Browning has been at school seemingly forever. His third year as a starter for Washington. A lot of people picking Washington. A big, huge game. Rivalry renewed. Number 14, Michigan travels to number 12, Notre Dame. They haven't played since 2014. Thank God somebody came to their senses and put the teams back on their schedule. This is one of the more traditional rivalries of the last century. So it's good to see Michigan play Notre Dame. And this is part of this Michigan schedule. Like, this is part of this Michigan schedule that I was talking about. That just, I know it's not in the Big Ten, but I mean, they got to go out and play these games. This schedule, Michigan schedule, man. I mean, it is just absolutely. I mean, it's brutal, man. I mean, you know, you open up with Notre Dame, and I'll pick the game Thursday. But you know, before I go on to the other games, Michigan schedule, man. I mean, at Notre Dame, then they get Western Michigan, SMU at home, Nebraska at home. Then at Northwestern, a 10-win team, home to Maryland. They get Wisconsin at home, at Michigan State, who I had winning the Big Ten East. Then they get a bye. Then they home to Penn State, and end with at Ohio State. So I mean, this schedule is just, you know, I want to pick the win Big Ten, but it's like, oh my goodness, this schedule is brutal. So, but I think they had their best team they ever had at Michigan up on the hardball. They could pull through and win a lot of games, and you know, I'll tip my cap, but I just couldn't pick them with that schedule. But I think they're going to be really good. The defense is going to be a top 3 again. That defense is loaded. The front seven is good as it gets. Also, from the weekend, Sunday night, Miami, number 8 ranked Miami takes on number 25 ranked LSU. Down, I think this is in Orlando. Maybe Arlington. I can't remember. But Miami's a 3.5 point favorite. You people know how I feel about Miami. You people know how I feel about Miami. I'm not a big fan of Miami, but they returned like 16 total starters though from a team that won 10 games last year. But the last 3 games that we saw Miami, they were getting their asses handed to them pretty good. Pitt lost to stop them from being undefeated. Then Clemson just blew the doors off of them, and then Wisconsin overwhelmed them in the bowl game. So the last time we saw Miami, they lost 3 games straight, but they come in ranked number 8. But it's an ACC-SEC matchup, so it's always some pride on the line with that. I forgot to mention, I'm glad LSU came up. They are going to start Joe Burrows. He's a transfer from Ohio State as their quarterback for this game. So there's another quarterback battle that was won earlier during the week. And then Labor Day, 20 ranked Virginia Tech travels to number 19 ranked Florida State. A divisional matchup, conference matchup. The opening season, I mean, it doesn't get any tougher with the Tigers. First game is Seminole head coach. He gets to join a conference foe. Florida State is a 7.5 point favorite. I don't know what's going on with Virginia Tech. Josh Jackson I don't know what's his status right now. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know if he's playing. I don't even know if he's enrolled in school, if he's practicing. I don't know. I just told you about DeAndre Francois getting the nod at Florida State. Can they find some O-line help? Can they find some receivers to help DeAndre out? I think the defense should be okay. They lost a couple of really good defensive backs. Oh God, Derwin James and McFadden at cornerback. So got some pieces to replace, but interesting. And another game I kind of wrote down: Louisville versus Alabama. I think it's in Orlando. I'm pretty sure it's in Orlando. If this had Lamar Jackson in it, maybe it would be interesting. I think Bama's like a 24-point favorite, so Vegas not giving Louisville much of a chance. I'm not giving Louisville much of a chance. I don't think it's going to be much of a game. That's why I didn't kind of highlight it with the other games I didn't. But of those games, tell me which one of those games you're more intrigued by. Which one you want to see. Just let me know. Comment, call, numbers at the bottom of the screen. Comment section, I can see that. Call with your playoff picks. Which of these games intrigue you the most? Answer the poll question. Hey, it's football season, man. Don't just watch, participate. Don't just watch, participate. Lots to get into, man. We got lots to talk about. We got from now until February football. We got from now to February football. Speaking of which, next Monday night, I know it's Labor Day, but I will be here Monday night. We're going to do NFC preview show for the NFL. And then Tuesday night, we're going to do the AFC. So all NFC on Monday night for the NFL and all AFC on Tuesday night. So next Monday and Tuesday night, NFL previews. Because the NFL season starts next Thursday. So we'll be here. NFC on Monday, AFC on Tuesday. Big show. You know how we do it. Picking division winners, conference, who's going to the Super Bowl, all that good stuff. That's next week. So we just got football all up in the wazoo, man. It's just football. So if you're out there watching, call, comment. Before I move on to some other things as well. Some of the Heisman candidates, man. We move on some of those guys. Some laundry list of people. Bryce Love probably headlines that list. The fine running back from Stanford. He was sensational last year. Over 2,000 yards. Jonathan Taylor rushed for 1,800 yards as a true freshman for Wisconsin. Will Grier, who I mentioned earlier, is going to throw for like a bukus of yards. Like, he's going to throw for like so many yards. Like, it's not going to even be funny. Khalil Tate, like him a lot. I got Arizona in my Pac-12 championship game. I thought they win the Pac-12 South just because of him. Just a true dual threat. Haven't seen him play. Watch him. He's electric. Had a 300-yard rushing game last year as a quarterback. That's unbelievable. Tua Tagovailoa, that's on this list, even though he played a half of football. I kind of don't agree with this. That's why I haven't talked a whole lot about Bama, but haven't seen enough. I mean, I have. He may be a flash in the pan. He may not be that good. Like he may not be good at all. I think he's going to be good. I know he's better than Jalen Hurts. But can he play a full season? Can he lead you where you want to go without the mistakes? Because Nick, like a quarterback who doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He don't care about the flash plays as much as he cares about taking care of the football, not turning it over, not making silly mistakes. So we shall see. He hasn't announced a quarterback yet. Most of us think it's Tua, but we shall see. Trace McSorley, really good quarterback at Penn State. I think this will be a third year starting. So he was second team All American, voted by AP. So a lot of respect for Chase McSorley. J.K. Dobbins, the fine freshman running back from Ohio State last year. Dwayne Haskins, who's going to replace the J.T. Barrett, the eighth wonder of the world. Jake Fromm is on the list. Shea Patterson, just talked about him a little bit. And Kyler Murray is on here. I mean, then among a few others. I think those first few guys, because I think, your team got to be successful as well. And Jonathan Taylor's gonna rush for a boatload of yards. Bryce Love's gonna run for a boatload of yards. Will Grier's gonna throw for a ton of yards. Khalil Tate's gonna be a dual threat type guy. That would be my front runners to start the season. Those 4 guys, and then those other guys can make their way up. But I think those 4: Bryce Love, Taylor, Grier, Tate, would probably be my top choices heading into the season until I am otherwise notified something different. So those are my Heisman candidates. Those are some of the Heisman candidates, but those are my choices. I think will be the guys to lead the Heisman campaigns, which everybody's season starts this week. Everybody's season begins this week. So looking forward to it. Cannot wait. If you're out there watching, 864-378-5943, 864-378-5943, 864-378-5943. Call in, make your playoff predictions. Talk about some of your teams, what you think they're gonna do this year. All of that good stuff, man. We're not going anywhere. It'll be another half hour. So if you out there watching, call in, comment, man. Let me give you the AP top 20 again. Go through that. Oh, you know what? Phone lines are open. So if you want to get in, if you want to comment, I'll stop what I'm doing. But I do want to talk about Dez Bryant a little bit. 2 receivers. Actually, I want to talk about Dez and I want to talk about OBJ. Give me a second. So apparently, as you saw on Hard Knocks, which will be on in about an hour, and I'll be watching. Dez Bryant turned down a deal worth around $5 million yearly. I don't understand what Dez is thinking. I don't know how he views himself. Why does he view himself as more than what he actually is now? Injured, banged up, never been a good route runner, never addressed and got better, never improved. Now he's slower, not as healthy. So Dez, I mean, this is the second deal he's turned down. He turned down a 3-year deal from Baltimore earlier in the offseason. He just turned down a 3-year deal. I think at the time he was still sore at the Cowboys and just had hopes of going back. Like, it's over. Like, they didn't want you anymore. They got rid of you. So, I mean, it's over. So, just, let it go. But now, I mean, the Browns, I mean, I know Hard Knock may have you kind of drinking the Kool-Aid, but I think this team is going to be really good. Not a playoff team, but I think they win 5, 6, 7 games. I mean, barring the injury, they got a lot of talented players on the roster. This roster is really deep in talent. In a couple of years, I think this team is going to be maybe the best team in the AFC. But I just don't know what Dez Bryant is thinking. I just don't know how does he see himself? What does he value himself at? I don't know where he thinks he's going to get the money from, or if he's just playing. He's really overplaying his hand. No one's going to offer him more than that. No one's going to offer Dez more than $5 million a year. I can't see it, and we're late. The final preseason games of this week, season starts next week, and he's not on a team. That was the chance to get on a team. Get out there, get in shape, do some conditioning, and he just turned it down. Like, I'm just, I just don't know. I just don't know what Dez Bryant is thinking at this point. I just don't know. I don't know. I got another phone call. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Tony Thomas.
What's up, Buck?
What's going on?
What's up, man? I'm all right, bro. What's going on?
Nothing much, man.
What you got? What you got? What you got? A question or a comment? Oh, you got some playoff picks?
I got my Final Four. Did I give you my Final Four?
I don't know. I don't know.
Nah. But, of course, I got, interesting. I think it's going to be Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Watch what I tell you.
I think Washington, because if Washington beat Auburn, I think they're on the table. And Alabama, I gotta say Alabama, and I must say Clemson because of what the ACC is. The ACC is not that great. Everybody think it is, but I don't think the ACC is that great. But Clemson is the toast of that, and I think the only way that they don't make it is they destroy themselves from the inside. But those are my four teams.
You get a wild card team. You get a wild card team. I give you one in case the other teams fall flat in their face. You get another one.
One wild card. So that one wild card, then I'll go with I think may win the SEC. If Alabama don't win it, I think that'll be Georgia.
Okay, the second wild card for Georgia. So we own to some here. Anything else you got?
That's it for the four, and then just a little insight of why these cats in Clemson want Callie Bryant not to be the starter there. And they kind of put their game that they lost to Alabama on him, but it really wasn't, because their offensive line was horrible. Even the running backs. If you watch that game, you watch Eton. A couple of times he didn't even pick up, on blitzers and stuff. Alabama just out coached him. Going forward, I think the biggest thing that a lot of those Clemson fans are looking at, and I think we talked about this earlier, they're looking at throwing the ball down the field. They are so intent of just throwing the ball down the field, and the young guy, he throws the deep ball a lot better. But they just saw that in spring training, and I think if he was much better than Callie, Dabo would have him started. And I think Dabo know that Callie gives them the best opportunity of winning and getting back to the playoffs and winning the national championship. But the thing about it is, Clemson is deep. Clemson is deep at quarterback also. So the Clemson fans should be happy. But, we're in the South. You're in Pickens County. So you can just put one and one together and come up with two and understand why, they want to see that guy. I think that's, Charlie Whitehurst was the last, of that. Yeah. I'm not going to go there, but I think everybody know what I'm talking about. Charlie Whitehurst was the last. Yeah. And, and so that's why I look at it, and that's why, because I got a guy he's an MTA member, and that's one of the things that they saw when I went to the spring game. They basically saw the same thing that they saw in the last game that Callie played against Alabama in the spring game. And then this guy, he did bring some excitement. And the thing about it is, they got some receivers there. They got some young receivers there that's going to be very exciting, and they want to throw the ball down the field. But I think with the front line that Clemson have, and then, with the on the back end, I think they really, they got three good running backs. I think that they could just pound the football a little bit, run the football. And like you said, a fourth running back, because Callie going to carry the ball more. And just in case he do get hurt, they think they got a great backup. But remember, they said the same thing last year when Johnson and them came in. They stumped the field up when Callie had to go out. So.
Absolutely, I agree 100%. Say I'm going with Callie Bryant. I don't know where this nonsense is coming from, but I kind of agree with you where it's coming from. But appreciate the phone call.
That's the biggest thing, the deep ball. I think they really, like the way they got through the deep ball in spring training.
Well, I look forward to hearing from you next week, because the NFC preview show next Monday night, so I look forward to hearing from you then.
and Dez is, and let me tell you about Dez. He's in shape. He's ready. Dez is playing the cards. Dez going to play with a team. You got to realize, some team somewhere, wide receivers going to get hurt. It's already started happening. Jacksonville, he has an opportunity out there in Jacksonville. Pretty soon, I think New England will give him an opportunity if things don't go well, because New England wide receiver core is just like crazy. So with the turnover, with the people they don't have, so he's waiting. He just announced that he don't care if he has to come in and play half of a season. Because don't think about it. It's not about the money, because he got paid. Been doing a pretty good job with his money. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people, when Dez first came in, there was a lot of issues and stuff, but they put a lot of people around him, and he got his lifestyle stable. Still a good wide receiver.
I think he gets signed. I appreciate the phone call.
All right.
Thanks.
Peace, cuz. All right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I do think they can sign. I mean, you mentioned the injuries at Jacksonville and New England. I don't know who the hell at receiver. They have cut everybody. What I'm saying to you is, nobody. You think the Patriots offering more than $5 million a year? Absolutely not. They may offer him $2 million if he's lucky. If he's lucky to get $2 million from the Patriots, they don't. They're not finna offer him anything close to that deal. Yeah, he'll get signed because of the injury factor coming in. You know, that's just part of the game. A lot of injuries happen. So yeah, he'll get signed, but not at $5 million. The Patriots is not getting him $5 million. I doubt the Jacksonville will give him $5 million. They probably only have $5 million to give him. But yeah, those are good points that he made. That yeah, those injuries to Jacksonville now, and then New England doesn't have. I don't know, other than Gronk and Julian Edelman suspended for 4 games. Who in the hell is Patriots fan? Patriots fan. I need to know who in the hell is Tom Brady throwing the ball to. I know. We think he can walk on water and he can just play with anybody. I get it. I understand it. But at some point, you got to put some NFL talent around him. And I mean, you've cut Kenny Britt. They've traded the guy from Georgia. I can't think his name. Now Eric Decker has retired. I'm missing some guys. They traded away Brandon Cooks. So I mean, now you're looking at, you got Chris Hogan and Gronk. Gronk gets hurt a lot, so you can't really depend on him. Chris Hogan gets hurt a lot. Can't really depend on him. Danny Amendola's gone. So I mean, who is Tom Brady throwing the football to? Like, I need to know, Patriots fan, who in the hell? And we'll get more than that next week on the AFC preview show. Who in the hell? Because I'm gonna drop a bombshell on the New England Patriot fans. I'm gonna drop a bombshell. Like I'm just gonna drop a bombshell on them. I'm just gonna drop it. Just let it go. I'm just gonna drop the hammer on them. They ain't gonna even see it coming. I got a hammer for them next week. A hammer for them. But I just don't know what's going on in New England right now. I have no idea what they're doing. I have no idea. I have no idea. Earthly idea what the freak they are doing in New England. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on, man. But getting back to the NFL. If you want to call in again, if you want to talk college football, you can. If you want to answer the poll question, you want to give me your final 4 picks, you want to talk about some of your own personal teams, hey man, call in 864-378-5943. It should be on the bottom of that scroll bar rather. And then get back to OBJ. You know, I want to talk about OBJ a little bit before we get out of here. Signing that huge deal, making him the highest paid receiver in the league. A 5-year, $95 million extension, $65 million guaranteed, which is $10 million more than Mike Evans got, and his base salary also eclipses Antonio Brown. I mean, a simple question for you out there watching. Is Odell Beckham Jr. the best receiver in the league? That's the question I have for you guys watching. Is Odell Beckham Jr. the best receiver in the league? Because he's gonna be paid as such. Is he the best receiver in the league? I think he's the most talented receiver. I think he's the most talented receiver in the league. I can't give him the best right now. Missing some season, he missed a couple games. I mean, missed most of the season last year. Got some maturity issues he got to handle. It's a lot of money, but he's definitely top 3. But is he the best receiver in the game? I mean, that question, is he the best receiver in the game? I think he is a transcendent type player. He's one of the most popular players in the league. I know last year I went to Thanksgiving dinner and all of my nephews, seemingly all of my nephews either had their hair cut like Odell Beckham or had an Odell Beckham shirt on. So he's really, really popular and one of the most popular players in the NFL. So I mean, the Giants had to sign him, I think. I don't think they had any choice because Eli's about to retire. So who's there left? Who's going to be the face of the franchise? I mean, it's normally a quarterback, but let's face it, Odell Beckham is probably the most famous Giant right now, without question. There's no way he cannot go and be treated as a rock star. But I didn't see that maturity from him. I mean, he said all the right things after he got the contract done. So we shall see. 5 years, $95 million, $65 million guaranteed. I mean, that is a lot of money. A lot of money for a guy who coming off an injury. But they say he's looked great throughout camp. He looks like he's ready to go. Um, and I mean, he deserves this money. I'm shocked they gave it to him. But he got it. But is he the best receiver in the league? That's the question out there because he's paid as such. Is he the best receiver in the league? I think that I would put him 3 just because of consistency. But I think he's the most talented receiver in the league. But I would put Antonio and Julio in front of him because of the consistency and the production. But I think he's the most talented guy out there. I mean, he could do it all. He could do everything. So there you go. Odell Beckham Jr. signed with the Giants, 5-year extension. So he'll be in New York for the foreseeable future. So Sentell right here live on YouTube. You know I am the sensational Sentell Whiteman. If you want to get in, we're talking college football. Obviously, the season starts Thursday night. Then heads on into the weekend with a full slate of games Saturday. Sunday night we got a game, LSU Miami, and then Sunday night we have Monday night, Labor Day night we have a game, Virginia Tech and Florida State. So should be a fun weekend. I am looking forward to it. A very anticipated opener for my team that I like. So new coach. So very, very, very intrigued by how the season goes. Again, my playoff picks were Clemson, Bama, Wisconsin, and Washington. I had West Virginia as my wild card. Very high on West Virginia. If they could play some defense, they could play just a little bit of defense. I think they can make some noise, but they got to play some defense. And I don't know how much they can play, how much they're capable of playing, but they're going to put up some huge numbers. This season, Will Greer's going to put up some tremendous numbers. And it's going to be in the Heisman race unless they just fall apart and lose about 4 or 5 games. I think even if they lost 3, it'd be like an RG3 type situation where he won that year and they had like 3 losses, but he put up such great numbers and he was so spectacular. But I see Will Greer doing that. I see Will Greer doing those types of things. So that's what I see from him. If you're just joining us, hey, welcome. Where you been? I mean, where you been? We've been here for almost an hour now. Where have you been? We've been here making playoff picks and talking about quarterbacks battles in college football. Talked some Dez. We talked a little OBJ. We talked some Heisman candidates. We did a lot of stuff. I mean, right back here Thursday night. Gonna break down all those games from this week. We're gonna pick them. I'll bring back a popular segment that I'm sure some of you are maybe familiar with. It'll be back Thursday. I think some of you know what I'm talking about. So tune in for that. But it's football season, man. We here. It's back. And now we got loads of content to talk about. We have Reaction Monday next Monday, even though it's Labor Day. I'll come on probably at 7 because I know we have the college football game that night. So we'll come on a little earlier. We'll do the NFC preview. Pick that game. Pick the Florida State Virginia Tech game. And we'll do our NFC preview for the NFL as well on a Reaction Monday. We'll talk about what happened on the weekend because I'm sure it's going to be lots to talk about, lots to digest from the weekend. Huge games. Again, big games. Florida Atlantic at Oklahoma, Washington, Auburn, Michigan at Notre Dame, Miami, LSU, Virginia Tech, Florida State. And then of course, your local teams. Carolina will be in action. Clemson will be in action. My Gators will be in action. Bama will hopefully have been named a quarterback by then. so much to get into. So much to talk about, man. I'm just so happy football is back. So I hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast. You know me, I'm always looking to improve here on the Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. So, call in if you want to have some suggestions. I would gladly take them. A few more minutes before we get out of here. Hopefully get another phone call or 2 maybe. Get some picks, get your playoff picks. I don't want to hear these things. I don't want to hear these playoff picks next week. I just don't. I don't want to hear them next week. If you don't get them in, I'll give you. I'll be back Thursday. So if you don't get them in by Thursday, they are null and void. I don't want to hear about it after Thursday. So get those playoff predictions in before Thursday, and yeah. So just looking forward to it, man. Just excited to get it going, to get it started. We've waited seven long months. And we finally made it. We're here. We are less than 2 days away from the first kickoff Thursday. So I just lost my shit. I lost my shit. You know, I lost my sheet, man. What can I say? I lost my sheet, man. You out there watching? Call in, comment, man. Don't just watch. Call in, comment, critique. All of that good stuff is welcome right here on Sentell. Let me give out the AP top 20 one more time because I want to remember this how it is. Because I have a stat that I just, I did some research on. I hope it's correct. 16 out of the last 17 seasons, and I think it may be 16 straight seasons, that a team has started in the top 10 of the AP poll, finished unranked. So a team in the top 10 who started the season in the top 10 AP poll has finished unranked the last 16 years. The last 16 years, a team that has started in the top 10 has finished unranked. So, with that, let's pick the team that we think is going to finish outside of the top 25. Got Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Washington, Oklahoma, Miami, Auburn, and Penn State. Which team do we believe will finish outside of the top 25 at the end of the season? I'm not gonna go Miami. I know that you want me to go Miami. I'm not gonna go Miami. I think the schedule sets up where they can stay around the top 25. You know what? I'm gonna go Penn State. I think their schedule is really, really, really tough. They could get about 4 losses out of their schedule. They may push them out of the top. I'm gonna go Penn State. Even though I want to go Miami, I'm gonna go Penn State. I think Penn State will be the team that finishes outside of the top 25. I think it'll be Penn State. But that's I mean, you can't, them numbers are true. 16 out of the last 17 years, a team who started in the top 25 top 10 did not finish ranked. So history tells us somebody's not gonna finish top 25 out of the top 10. So who's gonna have a disaster? Who wheels are gonna come off? I want to pick Miami so bad, but I'm gonna go with Penn State. I think Miami can somehow survive and stay in the top 25, even though I think they're a fraud, a complete and utter fraud. That's what they are. Miami is a complete and utter fraud. That's what they are. Complete and utter fraud. Yeah. Well, I was gonna get out of here. I will see you guys on Thursday. I will see you guys Thursday. We'll pick some of those games that we talked about earlier tonight, and we'll also get you ready for some of the college action on Thursday night. Not a whole lot. UCF is playing, so not a whole lot going on Thursday night. But we'll get you set and ready Get your primed and ready for all the games this weekend. I cannot wait. I'm ecstatic. I'm just excited. I'll be back Thursday at 7 o'clock for an all-new episode of Sentell's Intel. You know who I am, the sensational Sentell Wideman. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for calling. Thank you for commenting. I will see you Thursday on the Best Damn Sports Podcast, period. You know what it is.